Hi, today we're going to talk about what is an interactive webinar and how you register for it. First thing you'll want to do is go to the Girl Scouts Heart of Central California website. Once there, you're going to want to go to Activities. Select Activities, and this will take you to the activities list. There's a couple things you can do. If you know the subject, you can search for it here in the search box, or you can go through and scroll like I'm doing and see what's available. This shows you it's an interactive webinar for mechanical engineering game design. It'll tell you the date, the time, and it gives you a little overview of what the course is actually about. What an interactive webinar is it's virtual. It's interactive because there is someone from council that's teaching the class. And the way you would register would be you would select register here. Here's another interactive webinar. That's the art of drawing. Again, it tells you the date, the time, and gives you a little overview. Let's click on interactive webinar and see what it tells us. This now gives you a little bit more information. This tells you who it's for, juniors and cadets. You want to learn how to draw your favorite flower? What about how to make a flower pop off the page? Grab a pencil, sketchbook, and maybe find a view of your favorite. This tells you who it's facilitated by, which is council staff, and a program partner, which is Dragonfly Art for Life staff. If there's any special notes, it'll tell you here. It'll tell you you need to register 1 member per household and how long the event will last. Because it's virtual, you don't need to register more than 1 girl. If you have 2 daughters in your household, you can just register for 1 space and the girls can do the activity together. It'll tell you what the program includes. Most importantly, it's going to tell you the Zoom login information. Once you've registered, you will be sent a letter the day before, and it'll give you all the information regarding the Zoom link, the password. An email will be sent out by 3 p.m. the day before the webinar with the information letter and any additional documentation that you may need to download for that class. It'll also give you a supply list, what the participant focus is. An important note about adult supervision. In a case of an interactive webinar, adults are not required to be present, adults are required to only be present within the house, but are not required to necessarily be on the webinar. You can certainly choose to sit beside your child or your daughter and do the activity with them, but you're not required to have to be on the actual webinar with them. It also will give selections and suggestions on how to prepare. So in the case of Zoom, if you haven't done anything with Zoom yet, it's going to walk you through how to download the app and how to get prepared for the interactive webinar. It's going to make a suggestion about your internet strength, setting up your space. Most importantly, join early. You want to make sure you join with a minimum of 15 minutes. You probably don't need to do any more than that, but at least 15 minutes beforehand, log on so you can figure out the chat function, how to use some of the other functions on the webinar. Possibly interact with the facilitator as well. And most importantly, we want you to enjoy the class. If there is a charge for the class, it'll let you know here what the policy is regarding refunds. Once you've read all this information and say you decide you want to register, you're simply going to click the register now. And it will tell you, make sure you finish your registration. What I like about this is it'll tell you if you've signed up for the mechanical engineering, there's only 73 spots left. So always look at the red here. Whereas in the one we selected, the art of drawing flowers, it shows you 85. Now, you may think, well, that's still a lot of spaces, but depending on the popularity of the class, it'll fill up really fast. A lot of the courses that we've done have been known to lose spots or basically sell out, if you will, within minutes if it's something that's really popular. So you can choose to finish later, but my suggestion is to register for the activity. At that point, it'll walk you through and tell you, in this case, I can't do it because my daughter isn't eligible. Reason, grade level. You're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? Well, in the case of my daughter, she's a senior getting ready to bridge to ambassador. So she can't do the Daisy level, nor can she do the junior one. But this will give you all that information based on when you sign up. So that's another good thing to do. So that's basically how you would sign up. Again, check this red number to see how many spots are left. You can choose to finish later, but I always suggest register for all the activities at one time, just to make sure you're getting your space saved. And that is how you register for an interactive webinar.